Hello, this is Tibbs the Unknown, and I'm here to talk about the one and only Dallas Cowboys. This is kind of like an in-season report, although they haven't played the Giants yet. I will be dropping this video before they play the Giants, but I want to go on here and just talk, just talk. um, my previous Cowboy videos have been rants, specifically aimed at Jerry Jones more so than it has been against Cowboy players. Um, in the state of the franchise, but as I said, it's been a clusterfuck season. But there have been positives, and I want to shine on those for a bit before I get anywhere else. The offense has been absolutely great, masterful. Yeah, dare I say masterful, I should say. Um, Dak Prescott showed you what kind of quarterback he can be when you give him weapons. And not just CeeDee Lamb and just a guy who's supposed to be pretty good or disappears somehow, some way. But there's someone like an actual superstar, an actual deep threat. Because CD, for all the things he is, he's great in the middle of the field and, catching those slants. But he's not as much as a deep threat as the man George Pickens. George Pickens showed out. George Pickens did not do as much as they say George Pickens does, was crashing out. And I think I said in the video, that's the thing that's going to be one of the factors would be George Pickens, and how he conducts himself and how the Cowboys handle him, or more like how Dak Prescott can handle him. And for the most part, he's been great. There's there's times I'll be like, whoa, calm down. But that man plays, George Pickens plays with just something special and just so much heart. And you can tell this man is it's the epitome of the Dallas Cowboys. The flash, it's almost, dare I say, Michael Irvin-esque, the way he goes up there and, you could just feel like every time he gets his hands on the ball, you're like, he's catching it. You know what I mean? And that's something that CD kind of has trouble with, catching the football, especially early on in the season. But George Pickens, man, he has that almost like a Michael Irvin aura to him. He goes out there, the way he acts, the way he goes out there, almost with pomp and circumstance. It's just, but so just flamboyant, I think is what I'm trying to say. In a way, and it's just, he's been great. And 1,000 yards this season, the amount of tough, clutch plays that he's made for the Dallas Cowboys. And this could be just because, some people will say just because it's his contract season and he has to act right so he can get that big contract. That could be part of it, but I think mostly it's because he's just in a good spot and he's with an actual stable quarterback. And I know some people will be like, "Oh, Dak Prescott stable?" Especially the haters. Dak Prescott stable? Are you insane? Dak Prescott sucks. Dak Prescott doesn't suck. All right, yeah, I don't think he sucks. I think when his offensive line fails him, it's so hard to just. Dak Prescott to me is almost the guy he needs his wide receivers to be where they're at, or to be when he needs them to make that big time catch. He needs them to make the big time catch, and it was had CD, but CD again he has a problem. He has sometimes he has those butterfinger moments at trying to catch the football. Some of them be the easiest ones, and George Pickens doesn't really have. It's just like he could just catch it. It's just something. Whenever the ball goes in the air, and it's going George Pickens' way, you're thinking he's catching that shit. And so, or sometimes he's drawing the damn defensive pass interference. George Pickens turned out to be a hell of a highlight, and just one of the biggest bright spots for the Cowboys, and really helped elevate this Cowboys offense. So for me, there was that, and then there was Javonte Williams, who I didn't know Javonte Williams sounded familiar to me, but I think it was when I first saw him run, I was like, okay, I think I remember him now. He's that dude who played with the Broncos and thrashed the living crap out of us. I remember him now. In Jerry World, he's thrashed the living shit out of us. So I remember him from that, and he has been such a bright spot too, because we gave up Rico Dowdle, and Rico Dowdle went to go have a hell of a season in Carolina. But Javante's been such a bright spot, and really helped out with this offense. Really helped balance out this offense to what Brian Schottenheimer wanted to do, or Schotty wanted to do. And so I felt like we got it, and our offensive line has actually been pretty good. Though, so if one of them got hurt, then it kind of messes up the whole offensive line. Maybe a little bit. Depends on who gets hurt. But Javonte Williams has been a hell of a bright spot. Oh, and if you hear any snoring, again, I should have said this in the beginning. It's coming from the little dogs. They're sleeping. Finally. And I'm a little bit congested. Getting towards the end of it, so it's all the way up. Alright, anyways, back to it. So I feel like Javonte and George Pickens have been a really great addition. And with when Brian Schottenheimer took over, you could see there's a change too. He's putting more trust into Dak, and Dak has so much trust into him to make certain plays. Now, there are times when I would wish they would go for it. I think that's some of us, but my goodness, yeah, some of it was gonna go for it. I just wish sometimes they would go for it. That would be my only gripe. Be a little bit more aggressive. And I think even Brian Steinheimer admits that he's been a little, sometimes, especially in big games. And I understand that as being a first-time coach, you don't want to lose the big games, but you also lose the big games when you're not as assertive or as aggressive as you want to be. But those were the bright spots. And obviously Brandon Aubrey Butter, as some people call him online, been fantastic to me as damn near automatic. It's crazy he missed those 2 field goals in Minnesota. I was in shock. I mean, missing 1 was kind of crazy, and it was crazy enough, but 2 just kind of just like, son of a bitch. So yeah, the offense of the Dallas Cowboys, I feel like, other than they need to be more aggressive next season, it's great. Now we're gonna go ahead and but we have free agency stuff to worry about. It's always such a great topic to talk about with Dallas Cowboys and free agency, especially when it has to do with our own players. And we know we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna deal with George Pickens and Javonte Williams. I think they're kind of like the big ones. Don't worry about Kenny Clark. Him and Williams are locked in for next season pretty much. It's kind of like after that season you're gonna have to worry a little bit. But the big ones are Javonte and George Pickens. I'm telling you, I think George Pickens. I think Dak Prescott gave him some advice on how to deal with it, and George Pickens and just pretty much don't take it personal. And he admitted that it got ugly between him and Jerry in the sense of contract negotiations, but that got his money in the end, and that's what it comes down to. Don't take it personal, like some other people. But we're gonna get into that a little bit later. Um, I think they're gonna get Javonte down too as well. He's probably gonna be between an eight to $10 million quarterback. I mean, running back. Um, so I feel offensively they're there. There's not really much I would change if I would just try to strengthen their O line like depth. And also, again, running back is going to be a thing too because for whatever reason, Jaden Blue has not really played a lot of games, and that's due to probably, as they say, consistency is what Shoddy's been trying to build up to. So that's been tough. um, so that's been it. But they're activating oh boy Phil Maffa for the regular season season finale against the Giants. So that'd be interesting. I want to see how well he does. Malik and Javante are on IR, so they're not going to be playing. They're going to be resting up. I know. I was like, no, Javante. As much as I like to see Javante in the regular season finale, Javante's got a shoulder injury. I'm not trying to risk that. And Malik, I think he's pretty much a shoe in for backup because the way this man played this year as well, gave us some big plays down the stretch. Yeah, man, I think Malik Davis deserves a little bit of a contract. Um, we'll figure out what happens with Jaden Blue and everybody else, and Phil here next season. Season going off into the off season. Yeah, sorry, mouth getting a little dry. Drink a little bit of Powerade. So all in all, I think the Cowboys are going to be fine. Offensively. That was a positive. Now let's get into the nitty gritty of the defense. Which has been an absolute mess for most of the season. Good God. So, of course, off season, within about a week before we actually play the Philadelphia Eagles, Micah gets traded to the Green Bay Packers, and we get a first round pick and Kenny Clark, and I think we got something else for it. I think. But I was like, I didn't like it because Michael Parsons is a hell of a player, and I can never take away from his talent. But as the season went on, and I started to kind of like, especially what happened recently, and it was like, even before the season started, there were little stuff that kind of rubbed me the wrong way about Micah. But I'm getting to that a little bit later. Trying to find the words. Okay, so it just when Micah was gone, our pass defense left, and then um, Agent Zero, he was hurt, so we really didn't have much of a defense. Somehow, though, we were able to keep the Eagles from beating the living shit out of us and barely escaping with a victory. It came down to CD dropping crucial balls and crucial moments that kept the Cowboys from actually beating the Philadelphia Eagles in Philly. You know how embarrassing that would have been for Philly fans? They would have said, nah, y'all still ain't winning the Super Bowl and all that mess. But they would have got hurt. They got lucky in week one. It was just our guys can really get rushes, and we had like small glimpses of guys getting rushes, like James Houston. Some of these guys would win and then they disappear. Easy as Araku got better and better as the season went on, but it's still not enough. David Clowney, he did pretty good, but he's more like, I guess, more like a more like just trying to keep the spirits high, and I think he did pretty good of a job. We still had problems kind of stopping the run though. Rico Dowdle was one of the former teammates that just fucking thrashed the shit out of us in a game against Carolina we should have won. That's always a game that we should have won, and we should have beaten the Packers as well. Instead, we get stuck with a fucking tie. But we're here now, so that's what it is. But we just couldn't get the run. And then if that wasn't bad enough, our defense, our DBs were getting cooked on a regular basis. Especially fucking Elam was getting beat so damn bad. Every play, I would just look. Oh, look, it's Elam getting cooked. Oh, shit, there goes. We're getting cooked. It's Elam getting cooked. So thank God he's not a part of my team anymore. I'm not saying that, I'm not celebrating a guy getting, losing a job. Because, everybody got to eat. But here's the thing. He can get a job somewhere else. He just can't play on my damn team anymore. Trayvon Diggs was returning from injury, and some would say he maybe returned a little too early, but I don't think that was all of it. I think when Michael Parsons left, and when he got fined for not doing what he was supposed to do as by the end of the contract, and the Cowboys took money off, he got a little sourpuss, and he just basically played with no emotion. The only emotion he had was when he got to hug Michael Parsons at the end of that Cowboys Packers game, and just chalk it up. Trayvon Diggs, and then Trayvon Diggs gets hurts himself with concussion. You can say on whatever that was. However he got it, I'm not going to entertain some of these outlandish, crazy conspiracy theories that some of you guys cook up online, and it just doesn't make any sense. And no, that's absolutely no. I'm not going, and I'm not even going to entertain those. So I'm going to move those out of the way. But our DBs get cooked. But they wouldn't have gotten cooked as much if we had a fucking pass rush, and we didn't have that. And then on top of that, we're playing a damn scheme that a lot of the guys don't really truly understand. They playing man to man for most of their, for like most of their time here with the Cowboys, whether it was with the Dan Quinn, and I believe Mike Zimmer played man to man, if I'm not mistaken. Could be. I'm not as technically sound as some of these other Dallas Cowboy or NFL type of content creators. I break it all down, which I try to watch to try to gain some knowledge. I'm not like them. I just kind of go with the eye test. Essentially, that's me, and probably like a lot of fans. What we can just see is plain as day. Is just that zone is such a tough thing for us, and Matt Ellerbruce is one of those stubborn guys who just wants to stick to whatever the fuck he wants to stick with. He rarely makes the damn. He rarely makes the damn adjustments that he needs to make. So his defense was tough to fucking watch. And honestly, the Cowboys would be a playoff team with the kind of offense they have. You think scoring a little over 29 points a game, you think, hey, we can do this. We're in the playoffs. But then you look on the other side, and they're giving up damn near the same points as the offense, 28-29 a game. You're not winning a lot of games like that. You're not getting into the playoffs. It's the fault of the defense for why we're not in the damn playoffs. And we need our defense to step up. Even when our offense flutters from time to time, that's the time when the defense needs to go out there and make a damn stop. And they could not make a stop to save their life. You watched every play, and you knew, even if it was 3rd and 16, that was not safe. Because somehow, some way, they opposing, it could be, it was like Josh Johnson from damn Commanders was just making like made a 3rd and 15 or something on Christmas Day. A guy that's not even a starting quarterback had 8, 9 different stops, and he makes a 3rd and 15 against and any great defense, even just a mediocre defense, would have been able to shut that down. But ours were just fucking bad. Because again, we can't get any pressure on the quarterback. So the quarterbacks are sitting there all day, and even great cornerbacks, they're gonna get tired of trailing the wide receivers day in, going boom, boom, boom. When they're going boom, 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 I'm almost turning like John Madden here. Go boom, 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 boom. They're eventually gonna get open because quarterbacks are sitting there just going like, I mean, just like that. I mean, damn near just like this the whole damn time. Just and then throws the ball, first down or a touchdown. That's how bad our defense was at getting a pressure on the quarterback. But again, there's a bright spot. We were able to make a hell of 2 trades. Get Logan Wilson from Cincinnati, although some people say that he played kind of bad. Or he was playing kind of bad that he lost his starting position to a rookie in Cincinnati. But the big one was Quinnen Williams, that big, beautiful man for the New York Jets, who we've wanted for so long, and we fucking got him in a trade. That was amazing. That was so great, and it really boosted us because we got like 3 straight wins from that trade against the Las Vegas Raiders. Blah blah blah. And then it was against the Eagles. We came back down from being down 21, came back and won that shit 24-21. And then we beat the damn Kansas City Chiefs. Now, people will say whatever you want to say about the Kansas City Chiefs, but they always got Patrick Mahomes, and no matter how bad the Chiefs are playing, Patrick Mahomes is still Patrick fucking Mahomes. And almost pulled out one, but we beat them 3 straight, and then we just to play the damn Lions, we just fucking fell apart. We couldn't get our shit together. They were just out-physicaled us. And then didn't help that, again, we couldn't get fucking pressure on their quarterback, Jared Goff. So it always comes back to that. Trayvon Diggs returns from his concussion, and it doesn't get any better. They didn't want to put him in there because they said they needed to see more from Trayvon Diggs. And again, Trayvon was calling out Matt Illibrews. Now, we can call out Matt Illibrews, but you need to have your coaches back and just kind of stand as one with your team. And that's something that Trayvon Diggs was just not interested in doing. He called them out any chance he got in the damn media, basically saying they need to play man-to-man because he can't play that shit, although we're going to get into the whole Trayvon Diggs situation of this shit. But Trayvon Diggs just did not help our defense get better. So, we moved on. We moved on from that. And because our defense was such a clusterfuck, we're not in the playoffs. We're talking about Off season already. I'm talking off season already, and the damn season not even over yet, officially. Um, there's just all I gotta say is I'm telling you right now, the defense gets they shit together. At least get somewhere to mediocre. This Cowboys team is gonna be fucking dangerous in the playoffs, and it just sucks that we're not gonna see this Cowboys offense in the fucking playoffs. God. But that's the state we're in. Um, so that's pretty much where we're at. And I want to give another thing. Brian Schottenheimer, Shoddy, I want to apologize to you. I want to apologize to you because at first I didn't know if you could or if you were the man for the job. And then I just watch you how you interact with the players and how you are with giving them the celebration, the kind of energy you bring. But I think it was after the whole Marshawn Nealon tragic situation and just how you conducted yourself and how you kept this team together and now I don't know all the specifics because I know there was some stuff that was behind closed doors and nobody heard, but but from what team sources had said, I didn't hear from these team sources specifically, but they're out there online that he was the right man for the job, and he just kept his team going, and he's just there. He's a player's coach, in the way he's there for his guys, and what he wants to bring, the atmosphere, and that is just the fact that we're in this together, no matter what. And those of you who want to come in here and want to be a part of that team, part of this family, we welcome you with open arms. But we know we need that consistency, and we need you to play at the absolute best and play as one as a team. And the way he just is, you could just tell it's a different. Again, I bring up eye test because you just see it. But it's also this. I'm sorry, Rock. Don't sue me for this. But if you're a wrestling fan, you know what the fuck I was doing. but you just have a feeling of what he brought to this team and what he could bring to it future. I think he was the right pick. I know I said it'd be pretty cool to have Deion Sanders, but Shoddy has been really great for this team, and I have high hopes as long as Jerry Jones, and I know Jerry's still kind of doing his thing sort of, but I just feel like it's also kind of different because I think he's also kind of letting Shoddy do what he wants to do, as well as still kind of Jerry being Jerry. So I have high hopes for Shoddy and the Cowboys, especially offense next season. It's just the defense that we got to worry about, and like I said, we need Matt Eberflus is gone. I'm sorry. You don't want to make the necessary changes, so you need to go. I don't know where the fuck you gotta go. I don't know where the fuck you going, but you just need to get the fuck out of Dallas. All right, this ain't your shit anymore. And get 59 off my team. Get 59 off my team. Y'all know. I'm not even gonna say his damn name. Get 59 off my team. I don't understand how this motherfucker got game balls. How? Because he's a leader. He led us off the damn cliff. That damn linebacking core is only changed up when Agent Zero came back. Demarion Overshown came back from his ACL, MCL tear. That man gave us a jolt, along with Quinn Williams, in the D-line trenches. So no, I don't see how he got game balls. That's crazy. He made one noticeable great play, and that was when he tipped the ball and they got picked off in that Las Vegas Raiders game. That's all he fucking did this season. I swear to God, that is all all he did this season. So no, you get him the fuck off my team. All right, I feel like he's the Elam of the linebacking core. Get him the fuck off my team. I don't know who it is or what it is you gotta do, but somehow that's one of the needs you need to address in the offseason is getting somebody for linebacker because I think Logan is is good. Okay, and we'll see what kind of defensive scheme we got. But oh boy, get him out of there. I don't care if it's Brian Flores or Josh Schwartz. Just get Matt out of my. Just get him away from my defense and get 59. He can take 59 with him. Get him off. All right. So now in the offseason, now what do we do? Everyone says you got to keep that draft capital. Keep that draft capital. Keep that draft capital. No, you don't. You need to keep that draft capital. Okay? You got rid of Micah Parsons. You got rid of Trayvon Diggs. That whole situation. And then you could tell those two guys were more me guys. As more and more as you started to see, they crumbled. When they didn't get their way, they crumbled. When Michael Parsons wasn't getting that big time contract, and again, I'm not saying that it excuses Jerry from all the bullshit he was doing with Micah. But you see how you had to handle yourself. You got to take the bullshit sometimes. And that's guys like CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott who took the bullshit from Jerry Jones, and they got their fucking money. They've got what they wanted. And at first I praised Micah for going out into the media because I wasn't so sure what Brian Schottenheimer was going to do. But now that I've seen as the season gone on, I see that Michael Parsons was in the wrong for what he did. Because you cannot, and when you're trying to build up team chemistry and you're trying to keep this team together, you cannot go out there and do the things that he did. And Trayvon Diggs the same way. Trayvon Diggs just absolutely played with no emotion in there. He was not invested in playing for the Dallas Cowboys anymore, especially after one thing when they took his money, which would already pissed him off a little bit and kind of made him a little miffed. But then Micah gets traded, and it's like he lost his damn soul. That man played with no soul out there, even when he was healthy or whatever. I'm ready to go. Punk ass is still trying to do things his own way. His ass got burnt because he's not playing within the system. That's why he wasn't on the field when he was healthy from his concussion, because he wasn't bringing it. He wasn't bringing consistency. He was not playing one with the team. So some moves needed to be made, and you just have to say, you know what, Jerry made the right moves. And Jerry said it's going to take years to figure out if it's going to make the right move. And I hate the concept that he always says, well, it has to be, with one player, we get five. We get five players. We get five players. It's almost like damn near trying to make it seem like it's the Herschel Walker trade all over again. But we'll see. Because we're going to get into what the Cowboys need to do next. Again, Mike taking out all the Micah Parsons and Trayvon Diggs bullshit. They're gone. Let them go. Let them be on their fucking merry way in Green Bay. But I do wish Micah Parsons the best at getting his, coming back healthy, man. It's tough. You don't want to see anybody get injured. All right, so I hope he's able to come back stronger for next season. Trayvon Diggs, I don't know. We'll see what happens in the play. I think they're in the playoffs. They're in the playoffs. I think they're in the playoffs. So we'll just see how that goes. I don't know if I'm going to be like burnt toast out there if he keeps playing the way he is. And they play in zone. So I don't see why his bitch ass was crying. And if you start seeing this man play the way he's playing, if you start seeing this man play like 21, 22 Trayvon Diggs, then you know his bitch ass didn't want to be part of this team. So either way, Dallas Cowboys, you dodged the bullet. Because either the man was just lost his shit after he got injured, or he just didn't want to play part of this fucking team anymore. Either way, you just had to get rid of a couple of bad apples and just figure your way back. But there is a way back. And I'm not talking about draft capital. That's the whole thing. You don't want to give up draft capital. You want to give up draft capital. We got to lose against the Giants so we can get to the 11th pick the way things have turned out on Saturday's games. On today's games. So, here we are. What do we do? We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna draft a young DE. We're gonna go ahead and draft a young CB. That young DE. No. Because this right here, we go right here. It's the man we need to get. Max Crosby. Now, people want to talk about, I want to give up so much for Max Crosby. Here it is. Here's why you should. We're gonna play this. Oh, we're gonna play this, and you're gonna sit here with me for a little bit. All right, so here we go. Let's sit down. Shut up.
That ball into Bowers, and the Patriots made
we're gonna watch. Look at that hustle.
A couple of hard fakes, chased out of bounds. What a play by Max Crosby.
Look at it. Look at it.
Mayo
Look at that shit. Look at that shit. Look at that. Look at that fucking pressure.
Got his hand on the football.
Run, motherfucker.
Officials, let's see what the call is here. Is that an incompletion or is it a live football?
Football would have been more. I'd like to see
Look at this.
tight ends.
Look at this, man. On the run as well.
Both of them on the field and get more involved in the pass game.
Max Crosby tackling Hampton behind the line.
That's a nice way to start.
Look at that shit. Look at this shit.
It used to be.
Look at this shit. This is against the fucking team that we got our asses beat.
Not going to be denied fighting in
the
loss tonight.
On our last home game. Look at this shit. Look at that shit. Create turnovers, which he did also against Dak Prescott in the Monday Night Football game.
Max Crosby. You saw Hampton bring his eyes up when he
yeah, because you saw 98. That's what happens. That's what happens.
Washington, he's got to get some oxygen on the sideline. Like he's got autographs, his own autograph on his cap. And good defense from the Raiders, stopping the run of Krusky Merritt. Rodriguez in the backfield. And Mario.
Look at that shit.
And it's brought down, 200 yards against a Raider defense that in the first couple of games that nobody rushed for more than 81 yards against them. You can see Tyler Biadasz, the center, making the calls inside the 30 is Rodriguez. Max Crosby.
Coach Cazzetto, who I just lost, my dear offensive line coach.
Look at that shit. Come on, bro.
Raiders with Max
that motherfucker just
Crosby
runs at the damn quarterback. He just wins. How many times are you going to see our defense winning like that?
No, I mean, this is just understanding what the blocking scheme is,
Look at that
the
shit.
stance of the tackle, the stance of the tackle.
And what a start for this Bears defense.
Look at this shit. Look at that shit right there, man. Look at that man right there.
Was not fooled. Max Crosby making first contact.
Force it into that zone coverage.
Well, within field goal.
Look at that shit.
Crosby bats it up high at the line of scrimmage. So 2 balls batted on back-to-back plays.
Span off the edge. Look at Crosby. He is flying upfield, and look at the left arm. Gets it up almost. He almost tips it up.
Play clock down.
Look at this shit. We're gonna watch a few more. Look at that shit.
Look
at that shit. Look at that shit. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? This fucking eye test shit here. I'm not talking about X's. I'm talking about fucking eye shit here.
Another return. And the Raiders defense.
We're not gonna play anymore. We're not gonna play anymore. You telling me this is the guy that you don't want on your team? This is the guy you telling me you ain't gonna trade at least 1 first-round pick. You don't have to trade 2. I don't think you have to trade 2. I think you have to trade either one. I don't think you're gonna get with the because here's the thing. Everyone wants to talk about Max Crosby not becoming a Dallas Cowboy. He's gonna stay at Las Vegas Raider. He's gonna be with the Raider Nation forever. Well, shit just shook up because when they shut him down for the season, that man got pissed. He walked out. And he didn't come back until the Monday after, or a couple of days after. But the damage was done. And now they're thinking about, now they're supposedly open to trading him. And if that's the case, Jerry's gonna get what he wants. Because now he can go out there and make a trade for Max Crosby. You don't have to trade both of your first round picks. That's not what's gonna. And especially in one of them, you're probably gonna get 21. Because here's the thing: the Las Vegas Raiders, they're deep in that shit, in top 5 at least. I would believe, right? they already got paid big money, and they're not going to want to pay an exorbitant amount of big money for a pick that's close to the top 10. It's going to be 11 if Cowboys lose today, supposedly. So it's not going to be. They're not going to want to pay top money, so they're going to probably want the 21st pick that we got from the Green Bay Packers in the first round. So 11 is still we would still have 11, but either way I think we still have one draft pick. We probably gonna have to get rid of our first round draft pick, as I just said. Osei Odigizua. We'll probably have to get rid of maybe a third or a fourth, or maybe a draft pick from next year. But you tell me you're not doing that for a guy that Max Crosby, that none of our DN guys could get to, a guy that right now is an absolute disruptor. He was named number 22 out of the top 100 NFL players. You're telling me you ain't gonna get Mad Max. You ain't gonna get Max Crosby. And here's another thing you should consider. Dak Prescott's 32 years old, and he was slinging it out for the best. This is one of his best damn seasons, probably his best, and he didn't make the damn playoffs, which is a damn shame, because our defense was so ass. So you're telling me right now that Super Bowl window is closing. Everybody wants to talk about draft capital this, draft capital that. No, forget the draft capital. You got to go in. And Max Crosby, if there's a chance you can trade for him, you go get his ass. Go get him, okay? Because here's the thing. We don't need Jerry Jones, okay, that's over there trying to rely on the draft all the damn time, or some damn nickel and diamond in the damn free agency pool. No. We need Jera. We need Jera Jones. We need Jera Jones, the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, to go out there and make the move. We need Jera. We don't need Jerry. We need Jera. We need Jera to go out there and make that damn deal happen. We need Max Crosby as a Dallas Cowboy. And right now, as there seems to be a rift between the Raiders and Mad Max, you take advantage of that shit and you say, hey, what y'all want? You want a first round draft pick? Good. You want Osei Odigizua? Good. You want some money considerations possibly? Done. You want some shit, man. You want a third? You want a fourth? Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. You want a third or a fourth? You go for it. You want to pick from next year? Okay. But this right here is why I'm so astounded. Why some of these writers over here talking about that you can't give up draft capital. Some of the guys talking about you can't give up draft capital. Well, here's the fucking thing. You got a quarterback right now that's in a win now position, the way he's playing, the way that offense is playing, that you really gonna have to say, let's just rely on the fucking draft. Are you fucking kidding me? No, we're not doing that shit. Jerry Jones went out and made some great trades. That's something that he made some great moves that you have to give him credit for. So that was Jera making those moves. Not Jerry, that was Jera. That was Jera Jones. Not Jerry Jones. That was Jera Jones. We need Jera Jones to go out here and make some damn moves, whether it's before the draft or at the draft. This needs to happen. Max Crosby, you need to be a Dallas Cowboy. Jera Jones needs to go out there and make it happen. So yeah, look, see? 13, we could possibly move to 11. We'll give up our 21st draft pick. I'm not sure how many other draft picks we got. Okay, recent trades and applications. So we got a 7th round draft pick. We could give up that. I don't know if they're gonna want that one, but they, maybe they will want to eventually use some draft capital as well. The Las Vegas Raiders. So, basically, what you're doing is you really need a defense, okay? Because here's the thing: that's the only thing that's really keeping Dallas from even sniffing the playoffs. Is that they need a defense, and Mad Max is a fucking disruptor. He could create turnovers. He's gonna get to the quarterback, and my God, I've seen some plays, not even in this highlight reel, that he can fucking make. You just need this motherfucker, okay? So I'm not understanding. And this is the next guy we need to get. If I think we will be able to keep. I think we will be able to keep. Our first draft pick, and mostly the first one, our OG pick, and not the one we got from the Packers. But this right here, this is a need. We let go of Trayvon Diggs. I'm not saying Trayvon Diggs. You know, when you look at the body of work, you know, especially early on, that Trayvon Diggs was something special, and we need Deron Bland. You know, he gets beat a little bit here and there. We just need a little bit more help. And I think Shavon Revel has shown flashes of how good he can be. And he'd probably be even great if we get again, Max Crosby. So we get some pressure on the quarterback. I mean, can you imagine Quinnen Williams, Kenny Clark, and Mad Max all in one fucking line? Are you kidding me? And then you got Overshown, Agent Zero back there. Shit. But yeah, get Mansour Delane, cornerback LSU. I've heard some great things about him. I have not watched a single game. I should check them out before doing this video. But this dude right here, I've heard nothing but good things from people online about this guy, and I think that this is who Dallas needs. You need to at least have a cornerback, a pretty damn great cornerback, a game-changing cornerback, and I think he can be that. And I'm not saying that he needs to make interceptions like crazy, but damn, just play some defense. Make sure these guys ain't getting those easy-ass first downs, those damn plays where you thought that somebody should have, when you needed a stop, you need to get a cornerback that can make a stop. And the Cowboys didn't have that. And I think this guy could be it. From what I've heard about him, I think he could be it. Mr. Delane. And then you go and later on in the draft, considering you can go out there and get yourself a linebacker. Because that's another thing. Or you can go into free agency again and try to get somebody else. You can go out there and get a damn good linebacker. Anybody would have been better than 59. Shit. You go out there and you make a you go, or you can also sign a damn free agent like Asante Samuel Jr. I know he's a little undersized, but that he's still pretty good. Or you can go out there and get Stephon Gilmore. I know he's still playing the damn league. I think he's still playing the damn league. I don't think he got picked up, but I remember his time as a Cowboy, and I know there's been a few years since since then. But come on, Stephon Gilmore. We can make some shit happen. What I'm just saying is that's just pretty much what this needs. It needs Brian Schottenheimer's leadership, which it has. It needs Jared Jones, not Jerry Jones, out there making moves. And basically, our defense just needs to step it the fuck up. And what it needs, and how it does that, is by getting guys like Mad fucking Max and getting Mr. Delane. There's just moves that this Cowboys team can make defensively for the defense that can change it up, and also get us a really great DN, obviously, Jesus Christ, defensive coordinator. And I get Matt LaBruce was supposed to be a really great defensive coordinator, but that shit did not show. Something that fits with this Cowboys team. That's what I'm going to say. You get something like that, someone who could play man, or a guy who coaches man, who knows the schemes as man, and knows how to get to these players, unlike Matt LaBruce did. We're fucking great. This Cowboys will make the playoffs next year if they can do this shit. Hell, they could win it all if they make some of these damn moves. But like I said, it's ultimately come down to Jared Jones making some of these damn moves in the offseason. So we'll see what happens next. And so that's my report on Dallas Cowboys. Do I want them to win against the Giants just because the competitor in me says I want to win? But then there's the other part of me that says if we lose, though, I wouldn't be mad if we lost. That's the thing. I don't want to go out to lose, but if we lose, I'm not losing any sleep over it. It helps us in the draft. But I'm not going to be begging for the damn fucking Giants to beat us. What the fuck? You fucking kidding me? Alright, you guys. This video lasted longer than I thought it was going to last. Damn. I think it says out here like 50 minutes. Holy fuck. Alright, did not expect that to happen. But that's just pretty much how I felt. You know, this Cowboys team, shit. They could really be fucking dangerous if their defense can at least get to mediocre. And I think getting Mad Max is one of the big steps in doing that, in the right direction, I would say. And there could be like money complications. How do you think you're going to be able to make... Well, shit, that's why you can restructure CeeDee Lamb or Dak Prescott. I'm pretty sure Dak Prescott you could restructure his fucking deal and he'd be fine with that shit, because that means it helps the fucking team. Makes his life easier on the offensive side, because he doesn't have to feel like he has to make every fucking play, every fucking game to keep them in it. So I think he'd be more than happy to have his contract restructured. And I think the same thing with CD. If you could keep George Pickens and Javonte Williams, and also be able to get Mad Max Crosby. So that's my thing. This shit can happen, and Jerry can make it happen, but Jared Jones can. So that's my thing. Jared Jones can. Alright, you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I know it's not a reaction video, and it's probably not going to get as many likes as, you know, like crazy. But that's just my view. I love the Dallas Cowboys since I was a kid. I want to be able to actually watch a Dallas Cowboy Dallas Cowboy game, a Dallas Cowboy Super Bowl live, okay, in the near future. So that's what I'm hoping for. So anyways, you guys, thank you for watching. I truly appreciate it. Like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know in the comment section how y'all feel about the things I said in this video. I know it's probably a long-ass video, so if you stuck around this long, thumbs up to you. Thumbs way up to you. And also, let me know what moves do you think the Cowboys should make. And as always, you guys stay safe, keep shining out there, and just cherish the ones you love. You never know how much time you got. Alright, you guys. See you guys in the next video.